Hello everybody and welcome back to Expert Examiner IELTS. My name is Glyn and in this video we have another practice IELTS speaking test. Let's jump in. Okay, good morning. My name is Glyn. Would you please tell me your full name?
My name is Zainab Ali. You can simply call me Zainab.
Okay, thank you, Zainab. Now, in this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Firstly, do you work or do you study?
I just graduated last month. I did my bachelor's in public administration with a major in public policy. Right now, I'm working as a freelance content writer.
And what do you like about your job?
Well, mostly it's remote, so I like that I can simply work in my own environment house and I don't have to go outside. It's very hot outside, so I can just on the AC and work. And plus, I don't have any time limits or any working hours.
And do you think you will stay in this job for a long time?
Yes, it's already been 6 months. So I think my boss is very satisfied with me, and I think we'll have a very long-term relationship.
Okay, thank you. Now I'd like to move on and talk about fast food. What kind of fast foods have you tried?
Well, I think every kind of fast food, but mostly I eat pizza and burgers.
And do you ever use a microwave to cook food quickly?
No, I prefer the stove because I've heard a lot of scientific researches about the microwave harmful X-rays. So my parents try to tell us to avoid it.
Mhm. And how popular are fast food restaurants where you live?
I think they're very popular. We have an app called Food Panda. I think it's worldwide, and lots of people use it. We have very affordable rates for our these kinds of things, and there are a lot of home chefs that have recently come up, so we can satisfy with ourselves that we're eating homemade food and not fast food. But it's actually fast food, but it's
Okay.
homemade, so maybe that's
Let's move on now and talk about the news. How often do you check the news?
Well, as a public policy student, I have had to always check the news because it's part of my exam. But now, after graduating, it's been quite a while since I've actually heard the news. But I do occasionally skim through it.
And what kind of news stories are you most interested in?
I'm more interested in the politics side, but occasionally also the entertainment side also.
And does the news in your country focus more on local events or global events?
On local events. Our parliament is full of instability, political instability, economic instability, and fights. So it's kind of amusing to see all the leaders fight and everything.
Okay, thank you. Now, in this next part of the test, I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to speak about this topic for 1 to 2 minutes. But before that, you will have 1 minute to prepare for your talk, and you may take notes if you wish.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I will now share the topic on my screen. I'd like you to talk about a special event you attended. Your 1 minute preparation time starts now. Okay, that's the end of your preparation time. To remind you, you will have between 1 and 2 minutes to give your talk, so don't worry if I stop you at the end. But can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. I want to discuss this recently special event that I have attended, and it was my graduation party. So it wasn't an official party. It was just after exams, so we can call it an unofficial graduation party. And it was because we finished our exams and we just had our viva left, and our teachers thought that we should all gather and celebrate this big achievement. It was held in the Polo Frito restaurant, which is just next to our university. So many of us students come from far places, and the best choice was to have it near our university, and that was because we won't have any transport issue. We'll give our paper, and then in the evening we can go to that restaurant and enjoy. All my teachers were there and all my friends also, and it was very special for me because I'm a studious person and I've rarely gone to any university event. So my teachers, one day before that event, my teachers especially called me and told me, Zainab, you have to come there, and it's the last party. And she kind of scolded me that I'm very worried about you. You don't have any social activities, so please come. And I think that's a very big thing for me that my teachers remember me. and I actually am the gold medalist of my class. So my teacher gave me a certificate also over there, and I was really, really genuinely happy. All my friends and classmates, which I haven't even talked to a lot in these 4 years of my bachelor's degree, actually came to me and they were very happy that we have seen you first time in a very good dress. Because in university, I've just dressed casual without any care. And in the future, I guess I'm going to focus on attending more social events because this moment actually impacted me a lot. That yes, I don't only have to study and focus on my career, I also have to make time for my friends, teachers, and colleagues.
Okay, thank
Um,
you. And do you still keep in touch with these students and this teacher now?
yes, we occasionally message each other on WhatsApp. Our teacher asks us, "What are you doing? Do you need any help?"
That's nice. Okay, so you've been speaking about a special event that you attended. Now I'd like to talk about cultural and social events in general. What kinds of events are considered special in your culture?
Events are held special, especially the Eid holidays. We have two main Eid holidays. One is Eid al-Fitr and the other is Eid al-Adha. The Eid al-Adha one just happened a week ago, and this is where we have a public holiday, and that is why it's very special. So the whole country is actually closed, and people come out, they mix with each other, we eat good food and celebrate.
Mhm. And how do cultural events impact the local community?
Well, I guess we all get a chance to take a break from all our studies and our work. So all the adults and the children can gather around and it can strengthen the whole community.
Mhm. And are traditional events becoming less important in modern society?
Yes, I do think so. And that is because we're actually becoming very materialistic and we care about more pop cultures and concerts more than these traditional events. Actually, some people in my country actually flex that we're not attending any Eid event. We're so mature and everything. And I think that's a sign that we're actually focusing on more recent modern culture than our traditions.
Mhm. And let's move on now and talk about memorable experiences. Why do some events remain memorable for a long time while others are quickly forgotten?
Well, I guess because it depends on that person, and if something happens, a special thing happens, we it impacts our memory, it gets embedded in our memory, while others, if we have a bad experience, that also can get in our memory and we think that, oh my god, this happened to me, and if it's a good one also. But if we haven't had, like, if I go to any event and it's just food and thing, I think I'm going to forget it. And on the other hand, if my teacher actually gave me something, and of course I'm going to remember that more than the food.
And how do people's perceptions of an event change over time?
Well, I think if we attend one main event that happens every year, if we go once, we might have high expectations, and it doesn't overcome our expectations. We think that something's lacking. But if we go in the next year and we find something very interesting, because creativity actually improves every year, we get young people who might have been organizing that event and they have more creativity, who might be impressed at that time.
And finally, do you think attending special events can change a person's perspective or behavior?
Well, not really. If someone has, I think I believe that perceptions don't change, especially in those people. Like if I talk about myself, that it won't change much. If I have something, I'm going to be very loyal to my own thinking. And some people do regard that even if we get happy in our minds, in our hearts, we won't show it, and we'll think that it's going to hurt our ego.
But don't you think perhaps somebody you mentioned in your culture who's more interested in pop culture now, if they went to a special event celebrating one of the Eids, do you think this could change the way that they view their own traditions and their own culture?
I think that's rarely going to happen because in our culture, if we see the younger generation, even if they think so, they're not going to admit it because then everyone is going to make fun of them. Right now, bullying is very much common, especially in my country, in younger generation. And just to stay with that crowd, they're going to say, no, no, I do like pop culture and not these traditional things.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the test. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that speaking test from Zainab. Just to remind you, I am doing free writing feedback in June. Probably in July, I will start focusing on listening, but we'll see. Plenty more videos to come. Lots of feedback videos on speaking and on writing. So stay tuned for that. But for now, I will leave it there. Thank you very much, and goodbye.